Alright guys, what is going on guys? I am in a room by myself. I'm on vacation with my family, but I want to make a video for you guys still, like I promised you guys I would. I'm actually having a hard time finding any place in this whole resort that's peaceful and quiet. I'm in this like rigged up office area. I locked the door. It definitely said do not shut the door, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. So this is the 4 most important tips that I have when finding deals on Craigslist. These are so helpful guys, so check this out and you will learn so much if you just stick through it till the end of the video. I promise you guys. 4 tips, let's go right now. Okay, so here's where it gets really important guys. When you are looking for your car, say you have $1,000, and this will apply, say any sum of money, just whatever you have. If you put the limit, I would not go below $1,000 if you have $1,000. And I would not put your max at $1,000. I would not put it at $1,200, but I would put it at around, let's say $2,000. Then you can negotiate down. So I'm not going to be picky with the model year. I'm not going to be picky with the odometer. I can talk about how the mileage in a minute will affect different cars differently, but we're simply just going to update the search. So what we did right now is we put from $1,000 to $2,000, so the potential deals are much greater. You don't want to just filter out those $1,900 deals and just, since you have $1,000, you can negotiate those down sometimes. Sometimes people like this will give you $1,900 for cars. So that is step number 1. Make sure that you put your max limit at more than what you actually are willing to spend. That always helps, and that always makes you really try hard to negotiate down. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you being really persistent, and it will eventually get you that good deal for the actual amount of cash that you either have or are just willing to spend. So never just say I have $1,000. I can only buy a $1,000 car. Think of it as I can buy a $2,000 car. How am I going to get this guy down to $1,000? That is the number 1 thing to think about. So number 2, always understand that the best deals, in my opinion, there are 2 ways to approach it. But in my opinion, the first way I try and approach it is that the best deals are found within the first day or in the first hour even. Because people that buy and resell are people that are searching for that good deal, regardless of if they want to keep it for a long time or not, are wanting to find that really good deal, the ones that are really about that. Some people just buy cars. They don't really care. They just like that one and they'll overpay. And those are the ones that you can sell to, and they're going to do it regardless of who they buy from. But the people that are actively looking, if they are actively looking for deals and you find one within the first 30 minutes, then you know there's a good chance that they haven't seen it yet, and you can capitalize on that and go to that deal and then negotiate in person and get that thing taken off the market before anyone else sees it. So for example, this car has been on here for 2 hours. That is very early. This is an older Trailblazer. It's kind of a goofy looking vehicle, but that has been on there 2 hours. So say 20,000 people in a day see it, and in the first 2 hours only 1,000 people have seen this car, or 2,000 people have seen this car. Well, if it's been on there for a day, on average 20,000 people have viewed through this car. And if they haven't bought it within that time, then there may be either an issue with it when someone's went to look at it, or it's just not a good deal, even if it ran fine. And you want to reduce all your risk. You want to reduce the time that you're on here. You want to reduce the times that you're meeting with these people and how many times you're meeting with them. And this is a good way on how you can do that. So that is the first method, finding deals within the first hour to 2 hours. That is so important. And the third one is hitting up offers that have been on there for 30 to 40 days. But there are a couple things that you have to be skeptical about when you do stuff like this. So you go down here, maybe even like page 3, and you message this person about this Crown Vic. It's been on there 5 days. That's at a dealership. Let's find one that's an individual. So it's in someone's house. At someone's house. It's $1,100 Camry. Okay. This guy might need to sell this really bad. I don't think this is worth $1,100 based off what it is, but we're using it as an example. So that this guy needs to sell it, and it's been on there 5 days, and he really needs money. Really needs money. You can probably get this car for $500, but if someone's went and looked at this car and they didn't buy it, be cautious, because there could very well be a reason why they did not buy it at all. So just be very cautious with things of that sort. And understand that there could be potential issues with cars that have been on Craigslist for 5, 10, 15, 20 days. Even if they seem like a good deal, they're probably not a good deal. So that is the third thing that I do on Craigslist and how I approach Craigslist. There's another thing. Find a niche. So mine typically is trucks. So Tacomas, I love. They're not pulling up because the price, there's none that cheap. That's crazy. So Silverado, they'll have some Silverados for 1,000, 2,000. Yep, there you go, some older ones. So trucks, I have mastered more trucks and SUVs. So if you want to do cars, master that one niche so you're not so broad that you're half good at all the cars. You want to be a master in one department. If you want to do Hondas, do all the Hondas and master that whole category. And then you'll instantly know when something pops up, and then you won't even have to Kelly Blue Book it. You won't have to second guess yourself. You can see the deal, call the guy, and go to him within 30 minutes or 20 minutes so no one even has a chance to compete with you. And then you can get that car off the market before everyone else does using the negotiation tactics that we teach in the group chat or whatever you want to do. But master, it's so important. Just master 1, 2, 3, or 4 either cars or just one brand. Whatever you think you would be the most passionate about is usually what you should stick with, because you'll naturally gravitate to noticing more issues and more pros and cons with that vehicle that you actually enjoy searching for. Just like I enjoy searching for Tacomas the most. I also enjoy searching for like Ford Explorers. I stick with those because they work. And if you stick with something, it will eventually work for you. And those are really just the 4 tips that I have. But I'm going to get back to my phone screen, go back over which ones they were, and I will see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, so that is the 4 most important tips that I could give you guys, especially on Craigslist, but mainly for all platforms. You must understand the market and what people are thinking when you go to buy and resell a car. So again, go out of your price range. Do not just say, oh, I have $1,000 to spend, and only put your bracket from $1,000 to $1,200. Say, I have $1,000. How can I find a $2,000 car for $1,000? The second one, you can find deals posted within the first day. This helps you because if buyers and resellers are constantly looking, it gives you a better chance at seeing that deal before anyone else has. That will help you get to that deal quicker, and before anyone else, you can get that car without it selling before you get your hands on it. So finding deals within the first day is super important. And the third is actually the opposite of that, but you must be cautious when doing this, finding deals that have been posted within 15 to 30 days or even 5 days on there. There could be a reason why there's an issue, so you must go into the deal more cautious, but you can really lowball and sometimes get an extremely good deal based on people's situation. Yes, that's not always the best, most practical way. I tend to like to find deals that are already at good deals and then negotiate down a little bit more and then sell them back for a good deal. But that is a method that people love to do, so I threw it in there as number 3, is just finding deals that have been on there for a long time and then lowball. Just go in cautious, please. Chances are that someone's already looked at it, and if they didn't buy it for some reason, then maybe it isn't a good deal. And number 4, focusing on one niche. So I love trucks and SUVs, so I focus on Tacomas, Silverados. I don't tend to mess with Corollas. I don't tend to mess with Hyundai Sonatas. I focus on 3 or 4 different types of trucks, and I've mastered those. I know what audience likes 4.8 liter Chevrolet engines. I know what audience loves Z71s. I know what works, what doesn't work. And it's all because I put all my attention into very few makes and models, and it's helped me actually in the long run. And if something's working for you guys, please just focus on those cars. And if they work, then stick with them. If you know what the people want, then don't change it up. If you've mastered something, just keep doing it. Don't get too scatterbrained. It'll actually make it worse. You'll be halfway decent at 1 or 2 things. And it's very, very important. I want to leave you guys with that. So the 4 tips, in my opinion, those 4 are the most important things. I got this request by a person on Instagram, so shout out to you, man. But I just wanted to make this video for everyone to see. But if you guys want to learn what we do on a daily basis, like I always say in all my videos, just click the first link down below. I promise you, learning this market is so, so important. You can apply it to many other things. My roommate buys and resells sneakers. It's a very similar concept just with cars. We have the Discord group where we buy and resell cars, and we find the best deals, and we get all the insights on what deals are being posted within the first 30 minutes. It's so cool. Just click the first link down below. Learn a little bit more about that market. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, hit the second link down below. DM me any video ideas. DM me any questions you have about buying and reselling cars. I'd love to answer them. But as always, I will see you guys in the next video.